My agency does over 200K per month. Here you can see in our QuickBooks account for the last year, we did just under $2.6 million. This year, we're on track to do a lot more than that. And in this video, I'm going to be breaking down the 3 acquisition sources that we have, the top 3 for clients. Okay, these 3 are going to be LinkedIn, it's going to be cold email, and it's going to be referral partnerships, specifically from other agencies. I'm also going to walk through the conversion mechanisms that then make all of this work that leads us to a booked call. Now, for some context, these 3 acquisition sources are responsible for us signing just over 30K per month in new MRR for the agency on average. So I'm actually going to show you this in our sales and marketing tracking sheet that I have right here. So what I've done is I've just made a copy of it, and I've got full years of data here for you, so you can see we've got it averaged out rather than being some outlier months, right? And I have here, all I've done is remove the client names. Okay, that's it. So what we have is, you can see all of our sources here that we have in terms of new clients signed. If we look at total MRR signed, the average that we've signed is 6.6K per month in MRR. And if we look at the total amount of MRR signed, it's 380K. So if we divide that by 12, whoops-a-daisy, calculator, we do 380 divided by 12, we get just over 30K per month. So 31.666. Number of the Beast, 666. If you don't know that song, it's a rock song. I know that from Guitar Hero 3. Shout out, old school game. I love that. Anyway, 31.666K per month in new MRR signed. And if we look at the number of clients signed, we have. Sorry, man, I'm being blocked by the little my little recording thing here. Let me go up here. All right, we have boom. If we look at the number of clients signed, we have from number 2 all the way down to 58. So that's 57 clients signed throughout the year, which if we get up our trusty little calculator once again, and we do 57 divided by 12, that's an average of 4.75 clients per month that we have signed throughout the year using these acquisition strategies. All right, so let's walk through them now, and I'm going to go through how they work, and I'm going to give some more in-depth details on what we've signed from those strategies in terms of the MRR that we've signed, because some sources have a much higher average MRR than others. Other clients are better for volume of lower paying clients. So I'm going to walk through this for you now. So number 1 is going to be LinkedIn. Okay, LinkedIn is such a good fucking asset, guys. I would highly recommend that you focus on LinkedIn for 2 reasons. The primary reason is, of course, client acquisition. All right, it is amazing for client acquisition. We get much bigger clients from LinkedIn. I'm going to show you the data on LinkedIn specifically. But the other thing is, LinkedIn is a huge hack for hiring, which depending on the size of your agency right now, if you're doing like 20K, 30K, 40K a month, hiring isn't going to be your bottleneck. Yes, you might need to be at the point of removing yourself and hiring some people, but it's not going to be the bottleneck. It's still, how do I get more clients? How do I get those clients to pay me more money? How do I increase my average retainer? How do I get to 6K, 10K per month retainers like Ciaran has, right? That is your bottleneck right now. But at some point that flips and you really crack client acquisition. And is then, how can we get amazing team members to service these clients? If you think about what an agency is, it's getting amazing clients, it's getting amazing team members and putting them together. Yes, you have the systems and the SOPs and the operational workflows and the performance management and the culture and everything around that you need to set up to make sure that it works and that it runs profitably. However, really, it is amazing clients, amazing people. And at some point, the hiring is extremely important. It will become very important to you. And so LinkedIn is a really good fucking hack for that. Okay, so, but the main thing we use it for is client acquisition for sure. Let me actually first show you the data on LinkedIn. So let me do this. Let me remove, bam. Okay, we have LinkedIn. So here you can see our average MRR signed from LinkedIn was 10.77K. So it's much higher. You can see there's so much bigger clients coming in here from LinkedIn, which is great. That's really what we see from LinkedIn. These clients are also typically very warm. They're usually contacting us. So LinkedIn is where we've signed some of our biggest clients. Some of the most impressive clients that we have on our roster in terms of like the logos that we have and the brands that we've worked with. Multi-9-figure brands that are spending multiple 7, sometimes 8 figures per month on Facebook have reached out to me or Evan personally on LinkedIn and said, hey guys, let's work together. That's the kind of power that you can get from LinkedIn. Okay. The other really cool benefit of LinkedIn is actually everything else that happens outside of this. So what I mean by this is, here, these are clients that have directly signed through LinkedIn, 100% confirmed. However, every other source of clients that we have is positively impacted by LinkedIn. Because let's say a client a brand replies to a cold email that we send, we instantly go and connect with that brand on LinkedIn. And so LinkedIn is having such an impact on other sources where it's increasing the conversion rate of other sources that's really untrackable because of the authority that we hold from LinkedIn. All right. So let me show you what I mean by the authority that we have. You can see here, I have like 31K followers. Evan has like 37. Our profiles are super optimized. They look really strong. We're doing a lot of content on there. We get a lot of reach and impressions. We get a lot of people commenting on our posts, wanting resources from us and training from us and value from us. And this holds so much authority and positioning, really. I'm going to put positioning / authority here. And it works really well. And the other cool thing that you can get from LinkedIn is you will get a lot of referral partners. So one of the 3 strategies is referral partners, right? We've got LinkedIn, we've got cold email, and we've got referral partnerships, right? And some of our best referral partnerships have actually come from people wanting to send us clients because of the authority that we have, and they want to, one, send their clients to someone they know they can trust, which they know that from the authority that we have and what we post about on LinkedIn, right? But 2, they also want to, they see the authority they have and they want to be a part of that. They want to be, they see the success we have, the following we have, they want to be a part of it. And so they want to get involved, right? They want to, if they're going to send a client somewhere, they want to send it to us because they think maybe some value can come back to them in terms of maybe we can post with it, maybe whatever, right? They want to be around the authority and the success. And so you will get more people wanting to send you leads or send you value from having a personal brand like this. So it's very, very strong, okay? A lot of value outside of just the pure revenue sign from LinkedIn, okay? So how do we do LinkedIn? Well, we post, surprisingly, but there are multiple types of posts, right? We have authority / thought leadership posts that we make, okay? So this is where we're really going through exactly what it says. I'm not going to go too deep on this. I don't think I need to. It's posting valuable stuff that's really in-depth in your niche that often have hot takes or things that are people are gonna follow you and look to you for the newest piece of advice and the meta. All right. Lifestyle / personal, know, like, and trust factor is very important. People getting to know you personally is really important, and you can make this still about business too, like 7 rules for running a 7-figure business without burning out from Evan, my business partner, right? You can do this too, but this is much more top of funnel, a mixture of top of funnel and nurturing, really nurturing from a relationship point of view, because they can get to know you as a person and, like I said, know, like, and trust you, right? Photos, by the way, perform super well on LinkedIn. Anytime we've split tested adding a photo to not adding a photo, it performs a lot better. So now we always try and add a photo where possible. They don't need to be super professional photos, so that's fine. By the way, guys, I was going to say, actually, on the profile, I forgot to mention, get a good fucking profile photo, all right? If I see another agency owner with some crappy profile photo where it looks like their mum has gone, hey, son, go against the wall, let me take a photo of you for your first day of school, and they're there with this big cheesy grin like, hello, I will run your ads for you, Mr. E-commerce brand, and there's fucking shadow on the wall from the flash. Like, bro, come on, man. Like, how amateur and bedroom agency do you want to make yourself look? Don't do that, all right? Go get a professional photo. If that's the only thing you do from this video, it's going to add so much. It's going to help you so much, all right? You need to separate yourself from all the noobs and the bedroom agencies as fast as you possibly can, all right? So what I'd recommend, if you have a photo speaking on stage, of course, rinse the fuck out of it, leverage it, okay? However, if you don't, then I would really recommend, if you work with me, all the agency owners that I mentor, I will get them making content, especially some video content, some very specific video content, which I'll touch on in this video. Some very specific bottom of funnel content I will get them to make. I used to do this in my apartment and it looked really crappy. And to be honest, we still have some videos up where there's some crappy lighting and stuff. But just go to a content studio. I should have done this fucking years ago. Go to a content studio. It will cost you a few $100s for an hour. All right, do a couple hours, record your videos there. However, from those videos, what you're going to do is you're going to find a really good shot in the video and you're going to screenshot it. And you're going to get a photo that looks like this. All right, boom. This is from a podcast that I did with Douglas James. And look at how professional that looks compared to your crappy bedroom photo against your bedroom wall with a shadow behind it that your mum probably took for you, all right? Go do this. Go do this, okay? It's not going to be as good as, like, you speaking on stage, but it's so much more authority. It's going to look so much better, okay? So go get a screenshot of you not looking like a noob, all right? Go to a podcast studio or a recording studio and do that and make that your profile photo, all right? Very, 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 very important. You gotta look good. You gotta look professional. You gotta look high authority. All right, go and look at some people. Here's an activity for you. Right, you will have in your head people that you look up to, that you respect, that you believe they are high level, that they are high authority. I'm possibly one of them if you're watching this video. Why do you think that way? Why? Why do you think I am high level? Why do you think I have high authority? Why are you sat here listening to this video? Oh, because Ciaran runs this agency and blah, blah, blah. Yes, but why? It's because of what you've seen of me, which really is just social media. That is it. And so you will have multiple people like this in your head. And what I want you to do as an activity is spend the time and think, why? Why do I look at this profile and think this looks high level and high authority? Why do I want to listen to this person compared to not wanting to listen to another person? That's the muscle that you need to train, because that is everything in online business. In your positioning, in your reputation, in your marketing, all you have is the pixels on that fucking screen. And you need to figure out, how do I organize the pixels on this screen in a certain way that when a prospect sees those pixels, they instantly want to buy. That is it. And if you organize them in the right way, you're gonna hack their fucking psychological brain and they're gonna buy your stuff. How crazy is that? But that's what you need to do. And you need to look at, why is that having the effect on my brain? And then how can I reverse engineer that and make that happen for me? Okay, that's the muscle you need to develop. All right, you need to develop. Okay. That was a tangent, but let's get back to it. Okay, work showcase. We also show a lot of our work on there. Okay, if you have work, you can do it. Like this, so we'll show, cool, here are some statics ads. There's one we made for Maileys, for example, right? Etc. Now, resource giveaways. This is the fucking sauce. That's why I did this one last. This one is the juice, guys. LinkedIn giveaways has pretty much grown our entire account. And what this is we will produce resources, valuable resources. For example, this is the one where we're breaking down an entire paid funnel from Groons. We have, at this point, I don't know how many, a lot of resources, a lot of trainings, a lot of guides, a lot of free value lead magnets that we've produced that we give away on LinkedIn. And how we do it is we do this, okay? So it looks like this. We say, bam, bam, bam. We explain a bit about it. Here's what you get, blah, blah, blah. To get access to this, comment with me and connect with me and comment template below, and I'll send this over, okay? What happens is a bunch of people comment. You see here 2,000 comments on this one, 500 comments on this one, right? And this does multiple things. One, everyone who comments, they connect with you. So boom, we probably gained like 1,000 followers from this one post, right? Two, because of all the engagement on this post, it pushes it. The reach is insane and the impressions are insane. And what happens is, even if your ideal prospects don't comment and request a resource, they see you because the reach is so high and they're constantly seeing you if you're constantly posting these. And we've had so many people booking calls with us from just saying, I keep seeing your resource giveaways everywhere, and they've never requested a single one. They just see them. And that these are high authority because they see, oh, look, 1,000 people are wanting to learn from these guys. These guys clearly know what they're talking about if thousands of people are wanting to learn from them. Okay, so they're really, really powerful stuff. However, the other cool thing is it also builds our newsletter. So to get the resource, they have to fill in this form, sign up to our newsletter, and then we'll email them the resource, okay? So we have like 6.5K here. We have like another couple thousand, I think, on another account back from when me and Evan had separate accounts. And it's a really good way to build a newsletter because now we also book calls from our newsletter too, which is really cool. And this is really easy to do. Okay. And then, we send campaigns and we have a 16 email welcome flow as well that books a lot of calls for us too. And that just leads to brands to book a call. All right. So that is top of funnel source numero uno. All right. Numero uno. Now let's move to number 2, cold email. Ooh, okay. Cold email. Look at this. Okay. Cold email, guys. I've been doing cold email since day fucking 1. I've been doing cold email for over 4 years now, maybe close to 5 years. I have sent tens of millions of emails in my time. You might think that's fucking crazy, Ciaran. How is that? At my peak, I was sending 1.2 million emails per month. Per month. Okay, you guys are out here sending fucking like 5 emails a week or some shit. I don't know. Noob numbers. More volume, okay? But cold email, guys, is great. It's great. It's been a really good acquisition source for us for years. Has it gotten more difficult? Yes, of course. It's gotten so much more competitive, okay? I remember back in the day, I could send like 1/100th of the volume that we send now, and we could book the same number of calls, all right? It's so much more competitive now, but it works incredibly, incredibly well. And you don't really need a brand for it, which is cool. So, I've broken it down into 4 steps for you. Of course, when I mentor agency owners, I go way deeper into this. I give you everything. I give you the full system that you need. I'm going to give... I spelled getting wrong. There we go. Boom. But here, I'm going to give you a very quick overview of cold email in terms of how it works. Okay, so number 1, you need to get leads. All right, there are 3 ways to get leads. The first is to scrape. So you can build bots now at this point. We couldn't build bots before. I remember having manual VAs. Back in my day, I had a VA going through scraping emails with fucking like hunter.io, like going onto people's websites and scraping their emails. Bro, come on. You guys have it so fucking easy right now. You can just go build a Claude bot and fucking scrape it all. Bro, come on. You have no excuse right now. 0 fucking excuse, okay? I remember manually scraping my own leads. I remember sitting for hours manually finding these emails to fucking send out. It was crazy. Now it's so fucking easy for you. There's people like me telling you exactly how to do it if you just come and join my mentorship. So, build bots. You can build fucking bots. You can use tools, okay? You can do that. The other one is to buy. You can buy from softwares. They're really just online lead lists that call themselves a software, but you can buy them from softwares, sort of like Apollo.io and whatever else. Or you can use agencies, all right? You can buy from lead generation agencies too. The last one, though, which not many people do, is trade, okay? We now pretty much only get leads through trading. So how this works is once you build up a certain number of leads, let's say you get to 10,000 email contacts, 10,000 leads. Okay, we have hundreds of thousands at this point, but let's say you get to 10,000 leads. You could go and just buy more leads. Let's say you want to get 5K more leads. You can go buy 5K more, or you can just find a competitor. Can't work with a competitor. Fuck that, guys. Work with all your competitors. You'll get so much value from it. Help each other out. It's the way to win. Go find a competitor and say, yo, do you send cold email? They're going to say yes. You go, great. How many leads do you have? They're going to say like, I don't know, 10K, 20K. You're going to go, great. Here's what we're going to do. I have leads. You have leads. Some of them we're going to share. We're going to have the same ones, okay? But some of them we're going to have unique for each of us, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to figure out how many unique leads I have for you and how many unique leads you have for me, and then we're going to do a 1-for-1 swap. So maybe it turns out you have 4K leads each that are unique to the other person. Great. Let's swap. Boom. Now you both gain 4K net new leads. And you might say, oh, but now they're going to be emailing my leads. Guys, go and ask any fucking brand that you talk to or any prospect on a call, how many emails do you receive per day? Cold emails. They're going to say 50, 100. Okay, one more person emailing them is not going to make a fucking difference. Okay, your lead list, it's past the point of caring about that. Okay, so now we mainly just swap. We just trade like this. That's really what we do, and it works so well. It works so well to get more leads, and it's free. It's free, and we really just traded our way up to like hundreds of thousands of leads at this point. It's pretty cool. So a little hack there for you guys. Go trade. Okay, sending. So you need way fewer sequences than you think. I have people come to me, oh, I'm sending like a 6-part email sequence. Bro, what's the conversion rate on emails 2 to 6? Oh, it's like fucking 1/10 of the email 1. Okay, what happens if you just make more email 1s and make them even better and just make lots of different email 1s and just send that? Oh, look, we book way more calls. Boom, there we go. We send a 1-part sequence. That's it. We send one fucking email. Boom. And then we send it again, but change it up. Boom. And then we send it again, but make it even different. Boom. But they're all 1-part email. It's not this like, hello, just circling back and all this bullshit. No. Offer. Go. Frequency, way higher than you think. Oh, bro, how often do you contact leads? Bro, if you contact leads once, what are you doing, man? Like, I hear that, I'm like, bro, do you realize they didn't even see your email? Do you realize that they were not even in the mindset to buy right now? Do you realize that like fucking, 0.1% of people you send an email to don't even fucking see it? Okay, so send more. Like, we used to contact every lead once every 6 months. Then we went to once every 5, then once every 4, then once every 3, then once every 2, then once every 1. And now we're often contacting leads depending on how many different offers we have to send to them and contact them. We're contacting them like every couple of weeks in some case, right? going over and over and over again. If they don't reply, cool, great. We'll just go again. We just go again. We just go again. Like it's. I guarantee they're not going to see the email. They're not going to see it. Like we all the time, we'll have a brand sign up with us, and they're so excited to work with us, and we've emailed them like 100 times over like 3 years, right? Maybe not 100 times, but no, that could be 100 times. 30 times a year, maybe not 100 times, but we've emailed them at least once a month for like years, sometimes more than once a month. Cool. Frequency. Okay, I said frequency. Volume is also way higher than you think. Like I said, at our peak, guys, we were sending 1.2 million emails per month. We've dialed that down now because we want to get a lot more efficient with what we do. We had a lot of like junk in our list, and we've really gone through and really cleaned out our list and got it really dialed in to be very, very high quality. And we're starting to segment out our list more instead of going like kind of like mass volume, but really for deliverability. Deliverability over the years has gotten much more tight, and so you need to really make sure that your lists are clean at this point. In the past, you didn't have to as much. So cool. That's it for volume and for cold email. Okay. Now, in terms of sending, for handling replies, we use what's called a veiled VSL. Okay, I'm going to make this quick. I'll probably make a whole other video on this, but if you sell to a very sophisticated market, all right, like we do, so we sell to e-com brands, they are very, very sophisticated, and they are sold to all the fucking time. I would say the two most sold to niches in the online space are going to be e-com and marketing agencies. So I'm also a very sophisticated buyer. I get sold to every fucking day, all the time. I'm going to hit with cold emails, ads, people are always in my DMs. Everyone's trying to sell me stuff. Everyone's trying to get money from me. And so I have sales resistance. Anytime someone messages me, if there's a sniff of them trying to sell me, I am, boom, guards up. I don't want to know. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to be sold to, bro, all right? Because I'm getting sold to all the time. And that's the exact same as our prospects too. And so if you send them a VSL to your prospect that is this big fucking bold claim at the top with a clear VSL on a well-designed page, they're instantly going to go, okay, these guys are trying to sell me something. I've got resistance. The only way you can make a VSL like that work is if your claim at the top is very, very strong, where they're like, wow, I have resistance. However, I really want to know how this claim works, because that claim that offer they have is a very sexy offer. I want that. Okay. If it's not a super sexy offer, they're going to hate it. Okay. So we use veiled VSL, which is really going to be a video that's designed to look a lot more organic. Really, every organic video that you make is a VSL. It is a video sales. That's it. It's a video that's designed to sell. It's just video format. Like that is organic content. But this would be much more specifically designed with a very clear CTA, with a very clear action, which is to get someone to book in a call with us. And that is what we're sending people. So anytime anyone replies to a cold email, we will handle their reply with FAQs, right? So we have all the standard replies in a doc. And then we're going to send them that YouTube video as a veiled VSL. Make sure they watch it, okay, and say, hey, in this part of the video, we run over this in a lot more detail. Make sure to watch this. You're going to find it valuable, etc. Okay. We also call, iMessage, WhatsApp, SMS. Maybe like 30% of leads, when they reply from cold email, they will have a phone number in their signature. So we'll call them up, we'll iMessage them, we'll WhatsApp them if they're in Europe, we'll SMS them if iMessage or WhatsApp don't work, and this is a really good way to get through to them if the inbox is really messy. So the other thing we'll do is when we're in the replies, we'll often ask them, hey, do you want me to give you a quick phone call, or do you want me to text you? Because they're receiving tens, like I said, sometimes like 50 emails a day. And so you kind of a prospect that's really interested in you, that wants to work with you, that then just like loses you in their inbox, and then they don't like work with you, okay? And that's just because you're staying in this sales arena, which is the inbox, the email inbox. If you can get it off into iMessage or something else, it's great. And sometimes they'll have friction over email, right? Like they're asking questions. It's a bit annoying. Like I fucking hate emailing people. Like it's just annoying. And some brands would prefer that, or some prospects would prefer that you give them a quick call. So we have a set today ready to give them a quick call if you want, and then answer any questions they have and get them to them booking a call. And then retargeting ads too. So our sets will constantly be sending resources in follow-ups. That will then have a pixel on there if it's on our website, for example. And we'll be sending people to our website to book a call. If they click that and don't book, then they'll be there. And then now we also add the emails into a custom audience on Facebook to retarget them too. That won't get everyone because not everyone's email will be connected to their Facebook account, which is why we also have the pixel on the site, which is really good. So we try and go for a double attack, a pincer move to get them in our list so we can retarget them with ads too, which is great because we know that's a very highly qualified list of retargeting pool, which is very good too. Okay, cool. And then last, follow-ups. So follow-ups, like I said, we'll be sending resources and follow-ups. We'll be sending free trainings. We'll be sending middle of funnel and bottom of funnel content. This is super important because you don't want to just be following up like, hello, did you book in the call yet? Hello, did you see this email? Because you want to make sure that you're giving as much value as possible in these follow-ups, okay? And so if you do have all these resources and trainings and some really good middle and bottom of funnel content that you can send to them, this is going to be really valuable too. Okay, cool. Referral partnerships. Number 3, our third acquisition source. I was going to show you the data on cold email. Let me show you. Cold email. So you can see cold email, average of 5K per month we sign. Slightly smaller clients. Total of 117K that we signed in MRR from cold email. LinkedIn was like 97, I believe. I'm not sure if I showed that in the last one. There we go, 97K. Let's go back to cold email. And contract value of cold email was 516K that we signed. Now this contract value, guys, is a minimum that we are paid because we have most clients would stay a lot longer than this contract length. We have clients that stay with us for years, right? We have one of our clients has been with us for like 4 years at this point, over 4 years. And this is the minimum. So most clients will stay longer than the contract length. We also have performance fees in place on most clients, so they will pay us more money than what is on this base amount here, okay? So let's say a 5K client might turn into a 10K client or a 15K client per month from performance fees as well. But that's the data there on cold email too. All right. Referral partnerships. Okay. Most agencies only get referrals from clients. Okay, getting referrals from clients is great. However, it is not super reliable. And what you want is a very reliable way for you to generate lots of referrals for your agency. And how we do that is with partners. So we do that with non-competing services. So we handle media buying and performance creative for e-com brands. So email, e-com, CRO, reputation management, 3PL services, softwares like Triple Whale or Motion or Foreplay. We get leads from all of these softwares. More Triple Whale and Foreplay. Motion we do a lot of co-marketing with, or we have done in the past. Amazon services too, SEO, and then people like fractional CMOs. So these would still be service providers to brands, but more like freelancers who work one-on-one with clients, but they would work with multiple clients. And they would often be leading what clients need. And so if they need help with creative and we have a good relationship with them and they know they can trust us, they're going to refer a client to us. Okay. Now, how do we actually leverage this? Okay. You need to have a referral agreement partnership in place. All right. A referral agreement in place. Let's do that. Referral agreement in place, okay? You need to be strict with one-to-one lead sharing. What I mean by this is so much in the past, we would have had really good partners for like other services, and we're just like, yeah, we're friends. Let's just send leads back and forth. But it becomes very one-sided at some point. Either you send a lot more than the other one does, or vice versa, okay? And if no one's tracking, there's no accountability, there's no incentive for the other person to go and get more leads for the other person. And you want that incentive because you're both working hard to generate referrals for each other and you're both making as much money as possible. And you have to remember, guys, this is extremely valuable for your clients because your client needs help in this area and they are struggling to find a good agency. Maybe they've been through a couple already, but you know a great one because you're only going to take on a partner, a referral partner that's a great agency. So you know a great agency that you can refer to your client, and you get the what do you call it? The brownie points. You get the brownie points for referring this great agency to your clients. Your client's happy. You get a win. Your client succeeds in some other area, which probably makes your job easier. For example, if we're doing media buying and creative and a really good CRO agency improves conversion rate on the landing page, boom, we can scale our ads so much further. So this is super important. We will provide a lot of consultation on CRO, but we wouldn't currently, right now, provide full CRO service of completely split testing landing pages. However, could be in the works, guys. Could be in the works. No comments. But it's going to help our ads a lot, right? So we win, our client wins, and this other agency wins too. And if you strict with one-to-one lead sharing, the other agency is going to send it back to you. So how do you do the strict side with one-to-one lead sharing? You need to make sure that you, in a playful way, hold them accountable to sending you a lead back. So you would have multiple agencies. Let's say we have multiple Amazon agencies that we could refer clients to that we know and trust and they know is going to do great work for clients. When we talk to a client and we know they need help with Amazon, we're going to go to our Amazon partner agency and we're going to say, hello, Mr. Jack. Let's say it's called Jack. Yo, Jack, what's going on, bro? I've got a client here, sick client. They need help with Amazon. Have you got any ads clients for us? And they're going to go, no, I don't. And you're going to go, okay, do you think you can get any? And they're going to go, not sure. And you're going to go, okay, no problem. Have another agency here for Amazon. They said they've got an ads client for us. So if it's cool with you, I'll give that to them. But the next time when you have an ads client for us, then we can give you an Amazon client. Does that work? And then they're going to go, no, let me go find you an ads client. And then boom, okay, they now refer an ads client to you. You refer this Amazon client to them. The client wins. They get a really good agency. You get the brownie points for introducing them. You also get a lead back from that client, from that referral partner. And once you have that set up well, where you know every referral that you generate for your current clients gets you a referral back, then that's when logically it goes, great, how do we get more calls? We just generate more referrals from our clients for our partner agencies. That is it. So then you go hunting. And of course, guys, you're never going to sell something that your clients don't need. Okay, that's just stupid. You're just going to churn your client if you do that. All right, that's just fucking stupid. Don't do that. However, your clients will need help in different areas. Lots of areas. They're a growing business. It's going to be areas where they really need help. And let's be honest, guys, most agencies out there are fucking crap. They're probably working with some crap agency right now, or they're really struggling to do it in-house themselves. And so you can provide so much value to your client by referring them to a really good partner agency. And so this is what you do. You can do QBRs. You can do a SWOT analysis with them. You can look at the client and go, okay, what are our weaknesses? Okay, our conversion rate's low. Okay, Amazon has been stagnant for a long time. Okay, we don't have any organic presence through SEO. Okay, our email and SMS is only at 10% of revenue. We need to be up to 30%. What's your email agency doing? Oh, okay, you don't like them. Okay, great. We have a really good partner here that we can intro you to, et cetera, et cetera. And then, boom, if you can go and generate, let's say, 2 referrals from one client, you know that's 2 intros back. And referrals are great acquisition sources because the close rate is so high and they come on for great contracts and they're just great clients because they're already vetted by another agency. Some random client coming to you out in the ether, they could be anyone. They could be like the biggest fucking scammer in the world. Guys, like, yes, a lot of agencies out there scam people, but a lot of clients scam fucking agencies too. And you have to be careful to take on good clients. And referrals are where you will get very good clients because they're vetted. They've already worked for an agency that you know, trust, is very similar to you, does great work. And they're going to tell you, yeah, man, these guys are a great fucking client. They pay you on time. They're great to work with. They're winners. They're proactive. They're positive. They're gonna follow what you do. They're gonna, they're not gonna be ghosting you for 3 weeks and then come back and say, guys, why have you moved slow? And we've said, guys, we've been trying to contact you for 3 weeks straight, ask you to do some stuff for us, blah blah blah. Okay, they're not gonna do any of that. They're great clients. So referrals, I love referrals. Okay, so that's the 3 top of funnel sources that we have. Now, to get these to work and tie these in together, we have what we call conversion mechanisms. A conversion mechanism is anything that you have or any actions that you take or any system that you have set up that will take an eyeball, so a prospect who is looking at you, and it will, or who's in your ecosystem, who's just found out about you and your agency, like, okay, there's a little agency over there, they're doing some cool stuff. I need a good agency. Could I go? Where are we at? You're in that very early stage. Conversion mechanisms are what are going to, boom, seal the deal, get them to book in a call. All right. What do we have? We have our newsletter. Okay. Our welcome flow, really long welcome flow. We put a lot of time into building this. It books us a lot of calls when brands sign up to our email list. All of my mentorship and coaching clients, I will happily give this to them. I'll help them build their own. I'll basically give them my entire one as a template and explain how they can structure it for themselves. Works very, very well. Campaigns too. Okay, how do we send out campaigns? Well, we're sending it out to our list. We're sending out multiple times per week. There's different types. I also coach all of my mentorship clients on this too. And we want to get people in here from as many sources as possible. The main one that we have at the minute is LinkedIn, but also brands that are coming in through cold email. We connected them on LinkedIn, and then they're going to join our newsletter, so it all feeds in together, right? The Veiled VSL on YouTube. We want as many people to watch that as possible, okay? Same with any middle of funnel and bottom of funnel content on YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, okay? First thing we want to do when I work with a mentorship client is get some of this bottom of funnel content set up as fast as possible if it isn't already. These are very strong conversion mechanisms. You want everyone to see these conversion mechanisms. You can generate eyeballs at the top, but how do they know really that you can do what you say you can do? How do they really trust you? How are you actually going to sell these people? You can't just go from someone seeing one LinkedIn post to them then paying you $10,000 a month on a 6-month contract and just agreeing to hand over $60,000 having just seen one LinkedIn post from you. They need to spend time with you. They need to spend time with you and your content. They need to understand that you can do what you say you can do. And that is through all of these conversion mechanisms. All right. We have a setter too. So our setter is calling up all of our leads that we get. So anyone who fills in this, he's going to be emailing them if they look like a qualified prospect. Anyone who's in our LinkedIn, replying to our DMs, etc., commenting on our stuff, he's going to be in the LinkedIn talking to them. Anyone who has replied to cold email, he's calling them up. Anyone who's in our CRM who's booked a previous call, he's calling them up. And what he's doing is he's going to be having conversations with them and talking to them and also sending them lots of valuable resources. He's sending them these content. He's sending them some of these lead magnets that we've produced, okay? These trainings that we have, these resources, all these things are conversion mechanisms. In fact, we should have that in here too. We have... Let me extend this out. Whoa, we missed one. Okay, let me do this. Bam, bam, bam. And this is resources, trainings, lead magnets. Okay, the actual lead magnets themselves are very, very valuable. We want everyone to see them because they think, wow, this is so valuable. Some of our biggest clients that we have were requesting lead magnets and being trained by us for months. We've had like the head of content at some of the fastest growing 9-figure brands in the world reach out to me after requesting 5 of these over the course of 6 months and consuming them and using them for their internal team, and then sign up with us. So this works very well. Retargeting ads, all of these are going to get people in our retargeting audience for retargeting ads. Okay, pretty much all of them are going to be trying to send people to our website, to our socials, so that they are then in a retargeting audience, and in these retargeting ads, we're putting all of this in, okay? And our website, if we have a landing page too, we're getting them there. An important point here, guys, is everything cross-pollinates, right? So the newsletter welcome flow and the campaigns, they share the BOF content and the Veiled VSL. The setter is sharing this BOF content and the Veiled VSL, and the lead magnets in DM'd or text and everything else. The retargeting ads show this BOF content to people. It also gets people to visit our website and landing page, which again refreshes the point of them being in the retargeting audience. It's also very strong for referral partnerships. If we're constantly in the front of our referral partner's face, they're constantly reminded, oh yeah, we do have an amazing referral partner right here that we can refer our clients to. If we are the newsletter, the setter, and the BOF content, they all get people to visit the website and socials, which gets them in the retargeting audience for our ads. So you can see, guys, this is this spider web where people are coming into our ecosystem and they're never leaving. They're never leaving. All right, that's what you want. You want to get people in. You want to get your ideal prospects into your ecosystem through these top of funnel sources, and you want to keep them there. You want to keep them there, and you want to have them seeing value, training, authority, great content, amazing agency, and as soon as they're ready to buy, boom, they're in the door. They're in your inbox. Hello, can I work with you? Take my hard-earned money. I want to pay you. That is how this works. You want to be always top of mind, get amazing prospects in, and keep them there, and keep in front of their face. That is it. So guys, that is the video. I hope you found this valuable. Feel free to hit me up in the DMs, guys. Also, subscribe, like. I'm going to be posting a lot of stuff like this. So if you want some agency value, then let's do it. If you're interested in mentorship or coaching from me in scaling your agency, then I may have some links in the description below, or DM me on Instagram and I'll send over what we are doing and how we are helping agencies with mentorship and growth. So that's it, guys. Keep scaling. Let's go.